There we go. Hey, Leo. This is Mary Ellen coming to you from Moonrise Cottage Soul Tarot. Thanks for being here. Have so much fun things to talk about. Fire signs, you're on fire this month, and you are using the power of the Scorpio new moon. It's wicked awesome. So if you, my guides are saying, if you could develop the habit, if you've been here, you know they always want you to watch your cohort because they're strings of energy. They're pieces of messaging that apply to all the fire signs, and you'll be able to see them and to have a deeper vision. So we're going to jump right in. We're going to look at you. We're going to look at your partner. If you're new, welcome. I hope everybody's doing great. If so, put some messages below. Always let me know what's going on. I love reading your messages. So, Leo, you're shaking the rattle, baby. You are bringing forward something that's been going on for a while. You're shaking the rattle in such a way that helps you master the rings of time. Look at that. Something you've been working on, something that is meant to be your destiny. A moment has arrived. You know, when we have Scorpio, a new moon in Scorpio combined with the power of Mercury retrograde, you can go into the past, literally shake the rattle, the shamanic rattle, shake up the energy, and bring forward your destiny. Straight out of the rings of time, because things have been evolving. And the moment is now, my guides are saying. So that's interesting. That is from the Mystical Shaman Oracle, and this is from the Journey of Love. So we're talking about the rings of time as it pertains to love, that which you love, that which your love is meant to create. A moment in your life, maybe because of all the past, right? We're in Scorpio, going deep through this new moon cycle with Mercury retrograde, and what my guides want to talk to you about is your destiny. So there you go, woman of skill. A new destiny coming, a new cycle coming forward, basically, okay? Page of Wands, holding your destiny in your hand. Do you see the energy inside that tower? She's winding. She's not only holding the spool, she's winding the strings of her destiny around the energy that is within her. Look at that. Standing in the twilight realm. My guides just literally said the ocean sky, and they're looking at the illustration. So that's what they're talking about. This moon cycle, how it's going deep into the Scorpio realm. It's this deep quiet that you can shake the rattle, because this is your energy that my guides want to talk about. Okay, these first two cards, and there you are. Also Wands, Leo. Fire energy all through this reading. From the get, my guides are saying. So the foundation of skill. Six of Wands. Victory in being able to create the life you want. It might have to do with love. It might have to do with business. It might be something going on in your family. So think widely, okay? So like me, I'm an Aries rising. This is the process that I'm engaged in. So just before I forget, I'm in New Mexico. I have shaken the rattle. The rings of time had come forward for me, and I am holding the strings of my destiny. I'm creating something new. I'm forging something with the power of the universe at my disposal. It's a mystery. So I'm here in beautiful New Mexico. I came out of my little house in order to bring the shamanic, the Celtic, the tradition of the Celtic seer in a shamanic way. A lot of people have asked me to consider workshops in other places. So I decided to go for it based on my own moon cycle. I'm here. The next beautiful retreat comes on the 29th of November here in Santa Fe. There will be a little eye in the sky thing that'll pop up right there. Click that. It'll give you all the information you need. So the next new moon is in Sagittarius, following this. My guides are calling it a tradition. So if you're a fire sign, I think it would be awesome. If you're in this region or you can get here to Santa Fe, there's only 6 spots available. Click the link, okay? You'll get all the information you need. It's a little bit short notice. After that, I'm going to be traveling back to upstate New York to visit with family for the holidays. So here I am. If you've been waiting and tried to make it possible, now's your moment, okay? Clearly, we see that now is your moment. And for your partner, look at that. Mystical as well. Sacred laws of the universe. The crow shaman. Mystical vision. Seeing clearly. And from the journey of love. Knowing without knowing. So there's something really cool going on between you and your person. For those of you that are mated or engaged in a relationship or coming to know somebody. Because for them, look at this. So, Page of Wands. Page of Wands. Okay? And then there's something very intuitive that they know. And then we have the Hierophant. So we have this new cycle, right? Sacred knowledge, sacred shamanic dreaming and traveling, because we're going so deep into the Scorpio moon path. And they are really having some celebration inside of themselves. And whoever you are, many of you, you've met somebody you've rocked their world, is what it comes down to. And so deeply, it's a shamanic, they feel like they've met their soulmate, or their twin flame, or their quantum activator. And they just know. Nobody has to tell them. They know without knowing. And it starts a new cycle. So let's jump in. I've reshuffled all the decks. So the very next card for you, that's the Queen of Pentacles. In this Celtic Wisdom Tarot deck, that's the Sacred Grandmother. She literally sits suspended in the universe, and what she does is weave together the strings of destiny of her sacred lineage. So a lot of creative energy for the fire sign people, and you're all going real deep this month. Somehow you're using the energy of this Scorpio new moon, and you're going deep. And for you, Leo, it's about bringing things forward from the rings of time. You're literally shaking this shamanic rattle. Look at that. That's the Ace of Cups. You aren't fooling around, Leo. Whatever it is you want, you're going straight for it, and you've got destiny on your side. The Sacred Grandmother weaving together the strings of your destiny. Do you see that? And you're holding the spool. Whatever you want to create, this is your moment. Shake the rattle. Go straight for it. I promise you, it's going to be awesome. And there you are creating it, whatever it is. And there's the Scorpio new moon. Whew, fire signs. Very cool to see you in this condition, my guides are saying. So do you see by the new moon, there's that. Looks like a portal. This is really powerful. A new moon cycle for the fire signs. I think it's because when the full cycle comes forward, we're going to be in the Sagittarius new moon in the end of the month. So we're talking about the full cycle. So that's a major arcana card. That's the Ace of Pentacles sitting next to the Ace of Cups. Do you see what's going on, Scorpio? Whatever you want to manifest, start your intentions now. Make your wish on this moon cycle. Write your intentions down. So this is about touching the stone of destiny and being spiritually activated and coming into your power and being able to self-actualize that which you want to create. So we see the hand of the universe reaching through the clouds. You know how it looks in standard tarot? You see the hand reaching through with the torch or whatever? Look at that. And this Sacred Grandmother who's weaving together the strings of your destiny, she's looking at what's going on over here. So she's got your back, literally, because she knows that she doesn't have to worry about you. You got it going on. You really do. So know that. All right, let's see what else is left. Look. Four of Swords. So you know what? You're going deep inside. You really are. You may have been through some battles, but you are taking this notion of the shaman's rattle and literally going into a very deep form of meditation and rest to communicate with the rings of time. And look at how you're aligned with the Sacred Grandmother who's weaving together your destiny. Something, Leo, very powerful going on. So this is the first card onto the level of your soul circuit. What you came here to this place to achieve, to accomplish. Coming into the full light of your power, the Sun card. In this deck, it's the protector of Sacred Lord. You see destiny turning? Look at that. Okay, now I want to show you something. Do you see that? Do you see what's going on in that card? Look. Okay? I feel as though there's almost nothing you can't accomplish this month. And we're talking about the whole month because we're going to come into, again, Sagittarius new moon at the end of November. And look, more firepower. the Knight of Wands, who in this deck, he's got magic and power in his hands. Yes, he's known to be tempestuous. But look at the tower that he's in. Look at this column. Those things, yeah. Impetuous, about love, about being creative. And Leo, you're one of the most highly creative signs in the zodiac. And you're standing there. This is the level of your soul intention. You're intending to go on a great adventure. My guys are saying, Can we get an amen? Right? Look at that. You're literally using your powers of manifestation. This is a story about a sacred couple. It was their destiny to be together. This woman had a spell on her. She got turned into a fly, and she literally had to fly into the mouth of another woman in order to have the spell removed and to kind of go through a birth and death process. When she did that, she was able to run to her lover. They were in a banquet hall. They literally ran to the fireplace and stepped into the fire and had an ascension moment, went up through the chimney and turned into swans when they got to the other side, flew away. And swans mate for life. So there's this adventure going on, your destiny. You know, obviously for some of you, 100% this is about your love relationship. You've either met somebody or you are about to meet someone because you are working on manifesting someone to come through to you through the rings of time. Some of you have been asking for your sacred mate, for sure. And you got the sacred grandmother there. If your grandmother has crossed over, sit down and have a talk with her. My guides are saying seriously about what you're trying to manifest because the power is there. We're moving through the deep rings of time with Mercury retrograde and Scorpio new moon. This is what it looks like in your life when you take up the power to manifest what you want. And that, my darlings, is the Empress. In this deck is the Shaper of Growth, the Sacred Mother, from whom all things come into this realm. And she brings with them all the bounty that they will need, because she is ultimately the sacred power holder of abundance. That's what the Empress is about, the sacred feminine, out of which all life that resides on this earth in human form must come through this energy. It's really giving me a chill. Leo, do you see how this progresses? Let yourself have your meditation. Let yourself think deep. Go deep into the Scorpio energy, because you are manifesting something. It might be a new job, a new relationship, a new life, a new city, a new house. Something that's destiny is literally coming forward because of the efforts that you are doing. Do you see this? Ace of Cups, Six of Wands, Knight of Wands. You're going straight for it. So your partner, let's take a look. Whoever this person is, they're going through a very similar process, but it has to do with your presence or your entry into their life. And there's something that they just know. And it might be, when you come across each other, this person, they just know. And, always think widely, right? It could be anything. Could be, look, they're jumping straight off a cliff for you. They're not going to hesitate because they know. They have literally no doubt, because for them, this comes straight out of the sacred realm. It's very mystical. They have assured themselves within their travel into the mystical realm. They don't need to have any doubt. They don't need any hesitation. They know it's destiny. The Star card coming forward. So when this person shows up, this is going to be overwhelming on a certain level. And I don't mean in a negative sense. It's going to bring to them so much passion that it's going to be actually a bit of a challenge, because Five of Wands is about change. Change in the nature of love. Change in the way they create. Change in their life that might bring some internal challenge. It's, you know what my guides call it, and my friends and I, laugh about this all the time. I call it the day when your Jenga tower crashes. So if you don't know what Jenga is, look it up on the internet. It's a fun game. It's about, when you have the structure of your life and then something happens, one little piece of wood gets pulled out of a tower that you make, and the whole thing comes crashing down. I think that's what this is about. This is really interesting. And it's an internal process. Right? 7 of Cups. This person just being completely overwhelmed by all the options that they have, perhaps that's what the challenge is about. Let's get one more for them. Yeah. And there they are, standing in the sacred realm, standing in front of the high priestess. It's interesting. The high priestess is here. The high priest is here in this notion of a new cycle. So, gang, for those of you for whom this is about a love relationship, this person is going deep into the sacred, and they want the relationship to reside in that place. So I think some of you meeting somebody who's really wonderfully mated. They're deep like you are, Leo. They've got power. So this is not about love. If you're changing jobs or somehow changing your life, you know it's coming out of the sacred realm. You're going to be bonded to this change. It's making you leap off the cliff because it's your destiny. And maybe there was some challenge, right? There's always challenges when you start a new life, but don't you worry about it. You just explore all the options, let the change come, stand at the Temple of Solomon, ask the guides, because they're both here. Okay? Look at that. All right, Spirit, what do we got for beautiful Leo? I swear to God. Look. Okay, thank you. So that's the rune for constraint. So there is a little bit of challenge going on. See how this 4 of Swords, there have been some battles. You have won them, whatever they are. So I'm going to put this right here between the two of you. I'm going to read to you about that. It's about having constraints and challenges when you start a new life, which is what my guides were just talking about. It's not a negative. It's ultimately a positive, so don't freak out, okay? So the rune for constraint is about the necessity sometimes to experience some pain. The necessity of learning to deal with constraints is the lesson of null fees. This rune represents the obstacles we create for ourselves sometimes as we encounter change in the world around us, and both can be equally difficult. The role of this rune is to identify your shadow side, the dark or repressed side, places where growth has been stunted, resulting in weaknesses that are often projected onto others. Isn't that interesting? Look at this. You see this? Yeah, your partner's going through a massive change, and they're going to have to stand in front of the temple because you're rocking their world, basically, or vice versa. And I love the way it transitions through the reading, the way it has to do with your partner and you creating this life. And look at that. I mean, come on, right? I think the universe is shaking the rattle for you. So the message is, don't take the world personally. Work with the shadow side. Examine what it is in your nature that attracts hardship or misfortune. And when you can finally look upon the rune of constraint with a smile, you will recognize the troubles and denials and setbacks of life as having been your teachers, your guides, your allies. So the need for restraint is unquestionable here. Drawing this rune indicates that there may well be hold-ups and reasons to reconsider your plans carefully. Clearly there's work to be done on yourself. Take it on with good humor and show perseverance. This is a time to pay off old debts, restore, if not harmony, at least balance to your life. So mend, restore, redress. Like fishermen, when they can't go to sea, they repair their nets. Let the constraints of the time serve you in bringing correctness to your relationship to yourself. Be mindful that rectification must come before progress ensues. And as always, consider the uses of adversity. So my guys are talking about the I Ching and things like that. So it's interesting because we do see some quote-unquote adversity here. We see it here too. This couple, the feminine part of that couple had to transform. She was not able to reach her lover. So there is something going on I think don't worry about it. Go straight into it. Go straight into the deep. You are creating something fabulous. And it may be that the change itself is the shock or the challenge, because whatever this is kind of in a fabulous, positive way. It's a tower moment if it's about a love relationship. My guides are talking about some of you changing careers or changing employers. Yeah, and it's the right time to do it on the new moon, going deep. So, gang, enjoy the energy. Use it to your best advantage. Shake the rattle, Leo. You can do it. You are the bomb. I mean, come on, look at this. Don't let that scare you. Don't let that scare you. Those are ripples in the pond. Go straight into the rings of time. Shake the rattle, Leo, and see what you can create, because I think it's going to be awesome, whatever it is, because you got the new moon coming. And you and all the fire signs are using this destiny moment with Scorpio and Mercury in retrograde. This is the power of what happens when you use the astrological aspects to your advantage, okay? So my guides are really pressing on that point. So study the cards, click the pause button, and just look into it, all right? Goddess willing, I'll be here next week. I think that's it. Give me a hug by clicking the like button and tell me what's going on, Leo. What are you creating? Something massive and fabulous. There's so much power in your destination, my guides are saying. So, gang, I'll look forward to seeing you next week. Send me some messages about the retreat. Yeah, click the little eye in the sky. It'll give you all the information. And then if you have questions, click the link, send me a contact form, an email through my website, and any little bit of help, love, energy that you can send to me to help support my journey. I would truly appreciate you coming along on this journey with me. So, gang, thanks a lot. See you soon. Can't wait to hear what's going on. Definitely leave me some messages, all right? Thanks, gang.